Carmen Sandiego.
I never found her.
I never found her because I was terrible at geography, and I still am.
I don't.
God, I look like I'm so cold. I'm all...
Inside
Oh,
you are.
God.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, my God. It's the 1990s we're going to talk about.
Okay. Good year. Good decade. I didn't realize it at the time. It's like, it feels like as the decades go on, it like just gets worse and worse.
I feel like that's how every grown-up feels.
I know, but then like, here's the thing.
But then I think some grown-ups were living like in the 50s and like, God, I love segregation. I am the child who was always in trouble for A, saying what generally everyone was thinking, or giving my opinion.
Yeah.
Or like, you know when you know you're right as a kid, but they're like, you shouldn't have said that, that's an adult. I'm like, but I know I'm right.
I got made fun of a lot, and I was always the outsider, so when people were like, I don't like you, I'm all, bitch, I don't fucking like you. You don't hear me opening my mouth about it, so shut up.
We lived in a rural area, so I had friends at school, but like, even then I was kind of like on my own.
I had limited friends, if I had friends at all.
Kids, I think you were too, that were into stuff that wasn't cool or mainstream, even at the time.
Like what we liked and got made fun of for
cool.
when we were kids wasn't cool. Like horror movies were not cool when we were kids. You had to be a nerd or an outsider or a fucking badass. Basically anything that wasn't bubblegum, PG-13, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, we were made fun of for.
Yeah, pretty much everything I liked in the 90s was considered not cool at the time. Everyone was collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, and I was collecting Garbage Pail Kid cards. I did love Power Rangers, so that was like the big, I connected on that.
And I never got into Power Rangers, but I understand the appeal.
But yeah, and then I was watching all the movies that no one at school was watching, and then the teachers were going, why do your parents let you watch that? And I was like, what?
And I was like a big nerd in high school, so I read a lot. So aside from Goosebumps, I read all of R.L. Stine's like Fear Street, but then I also read a lot of Stephen King. One year for Halloween, when Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns came out, the Goosebumps book, went and got one of those Funkins, the foam pumpkins, and I carved a hole in the bottom.
Fuck them.
Oh, can you imagine? That's the next craze. It was first it was eating Tide Pods, now it's fucking fake pumpkins. I took one of those, cut the hole in the bottom, glued black nylon in the back, fake sickle, wore like all black and wore a pumpkin on my head. It's so fucking cool. Even now I think that's dope, but back then everyone hated it. And they made all of us stand up in class and they did a voting, like the class voted on what costumes they liked best. They voted for, the one that won was a fairy.
No, I did a show and tell. Brought my Nightmare on Elm Street 2 poster to school for show and tell, and I was so excited.
Okay.
And my teacher was like, I don't think that's appropriate. And so she made me put it in my cubby, and then they threw it away.
It's so...
See, I'm getting mad for you.
My parents took me to McDonald's to console me, and there's like boogers coming out, and my parents were just staring at it. I was like, I want it back!
I got these Nightmare on Elm Street collectible cards that came in a brown coffin leaves, and I took it to school for show and tell. Not only did no one care, no one would even talk to me. And I was all, okay, so my mom made me stay up late making Valentines for everybody that made fun of me. Everybody. And she's like,
no, everyone gets a Valentine. You have to get a Valentine.
His mom's sweet, but she was wrong in that.
Yeah, so on Valentine's Day, I gave everybody a Valentine, and you know how many I got? I got 2. Out of my entire class, only 2 people gave me a Valentine.
Was one from David Boreanaz?
No, they were both from, I wish. It was from 2 girls in the class, and one came up and was like, I didn't want to make you one, but my mom made me. I'm all,
oh, she's honest.
I'm like, no, I don't.
I wish we had the name.
It's probably something generic like Sheila or Christy. You know, generic, non-offensive, wholesome religious names.
The thing I do like, the transition from the 80s into the 90s where everything was Technicolor, and those shirts that you could touch, I had one of those, and then you wash it once and it never works.
Hypercolor,
Hypercolor, and it doesn't work anymore.
I had that, and I had a pair of Hammer pants, and I thought they were the coolest thing.
I never had Hammer pants. I had Gecko. Do you remember Gecko?
Of course, I had Gecko too.
There was like Big Maui or like Big Dog. I love that, and I love the toys of the 90s. Well, it's like the last era where they really tried to sell toys to kids.
And let's be 100, it was the last era that we really had toy stores. Because
true, yeah.
in the 2000s is when everything went under.
Video games, my Nintendo. I still love Super Nintendo.
I still have my Nintendo.
N64.
We had a Nintendo, and then I think at one point in time we did have a Sega.
I have my original Nintendo, but I remember so many hours of playing Nintendo after school. Had was from like 1990 to like 96, 97 was bad horror films.
Scream came out in 96, and it really did revive the genre, and people don't remember that.
If you don't know, hold that. Gage is the authority on Scream.
Yes.
Literally can talk for days about
I can. Scream 2, that's that good. That's like the cherry Kool-Aid.
Tie me off and fill me up. Yeah.
See, for me, my movie moment of the 90s, my ultimate movie moment, probably
I know what he's about to say, everybody.
Opening night Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park. Mind blown. Left the theater and told my parents the entire film on the way home, even though they're sitting there with me.
Yeah.
And also, it's the first time I ever experienced like audience like hysteria. The T-Rex attack happened. There was college kids next to me, and they lost their minds. Like stood up, threw stuff, were screaming. You know what Jurassic Park isn't? It's not Scream, and I'm like, Oh, I just figured that out. Wow,
Just
thank
smack
you for enlightening
How dare
me.
you? Craft in theaters. Like,
I snuck in. I snuck
bitch,
into
people
every
in
movie
high
of
school were
these.
like, you witch, satanic.
How I feel about him now.
I know, I'm all, thank you so much. I kindly accept this award.
Okay, so
And we would have to sneak in because it was rated R. We also did this thing where my mom could only afford to go to the Dollar Theater. That's where I saw Brain Scan for the first time. At the Dollar Theater. And our Dollar Theater had a water slide in it. You could go in and you had got an inner tube, you went up, you could go down in your clothes, but it was a water slide. It's so crazy.
you went down in your clothes?
Yeah. You might get a little wet, but it wasn't like a raging river. It was like a contained water slide. It's cool.
I'm confused. Do you remember when your parents could buy you tickets to rated R films?
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing that. And I remember the day we got caught, and the concession lady heard us. She goes, come here, where are your parents? And I lied. I was like, they're already in the theater. She was like, I'm gonna go in with you.
I like in her mind going,
I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
Carol.
I still remember you.
If I ever see you again, I'll break your goddamn legs. And also, I loved going to McDonald's
Yes.
and getting like the tie-ins. You get the Batman Forever cup, or I have a Congo
I
watch
distinctly
upstairs.
remember every fucking Batman Forever cup. I had them, and my favorite one was the Riddler one because the
Yeah.
question mark was the handle.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of really wonderful things. You know, every summer we would go to Flying J, which if you're...
We have those in Washington.
Yeah, they don't have them in California. They're like a truck stop, right? And sometimes they have restaurants, sometimes, you know, whatever.
They have
Story halls.
I remember like saving up like all of my pennies, like literally a thing like this full of pennies. And I went in and I would use it to rent movies because we were so poor.
We don't accept
Yeah,
this,
and
sir.
I dumped it. I would dump it on the counter. I'm all there. I'm taking my movie.
For me was, I remember a lot of my summers were spent at the B&I, which was a really cool mall in the 90s and 80s, world famous. There we'd ride our bikes to the Tacoma Mall. We hung out at the mall all the time. I didn't buy anything. I shoplifted. Statute of limitations.
Get on
Can't
this.
get me.
Oh my god, you know, I never stole when I was a kid, and this one time, this was like probably in 94, and I picked up a thing of root beer bubble gum, and it was the ones that had gel filled.
I know, Sean, that's gross.
Yeah, so, well now, but when you're a kid, it's so delicious. So I put it up on the counter and I was waiting for her to pay and they're like, thank you. And I took it and like we went to leave and my mom was like,
What is that? What is that in your hand?
about?
The root beer bubblegum.
And she literally did that thing where they hold you up by one hand and
Smack you in your behind.
yeah, she did that and she made me take it in and apologize to them for stealing. I put it on the counter to this day. I remember this. I'm like, and just because y'all didn't pay for it, it's not my fault.
I don't have money.
Y'all
I'm a
had your
child.
moment. Yeah.
Give you a list, like, favorite 90s candy.
Favorite 90s candy were the dipsticks.
Yeah.
Loved that, and we would always get these gigantic gummy spiders that were like this big.
Loved Warhead.
Warheads
my
were good.
jam. I loved those sour water things.
Hold up, you know what I really loved? It's not a candy though, it's like a baked good, are the fucking sugar cookies with frosting all over them.
The pink sugar
Yes.
cookies? Yes.
Bitch.
I don't think they sell those anywhere but like Washington and like small towns, but they were called Uncle Seth's.
And they were good.
Washington, and they were so good. Like,
Do you remember Crystal Clear Pepsi?
yeah, I love it. It's just Pepsi without color.
I know, I
It's
took
so good.
it used to give me bad migraines. Like I would take a sip of it and my eyes would get really bloodshot and I would get really flushed and I was like, ah!
I hate
were like,
clear
no more,
soda.
no more.
I don't like Sprite. I don't like 7-Up. What were your favorite drinks? Do you remember Orbit's drinks? Those jelly drinks? That
Yeah.
I love those.
They were kind of like boba but miniaturized.
And they
like
floated. I
little
don't know how they
pellets.
floated. I was obsessed with strawberry bubble yum and strawberry soda in the 90s. I would walk to my favorite corner store because my parents would give me like $1, chew a whole thing of strawberry bubble gum, and then chug strawberry soda.
Is brought to you by Liberty Medical, helping you to manage your diabetes and get the supplies and support you need so you can live a better life.
But I don't like strawberry. I think it's awful. Artificial watermelon makes me want to vom.
Because he's a communist.
Oh, it might
There
be
you
true.
go.
It
It's
might be
happening.
true.
They're already here.
They've infiltrated.
I knew you.
Oh, God damn it. They replaced our babies in the 80s with Russian babies.
now, okay, here's another thing,
Okay.
because I know that we all hated this at the time.
Yeah.
90s music.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That something they don't prepare a lot of people for is as you get older, a lot of things that you didn't like when you were a teenager, you might like because of a nostalgia factor that comes along with it. Yeah, what I miss about the 90s and the music in the 90s was it was when people were still writing from the heart. It was when people were still writing from their experiences and there was a sense of poetry about it. Like with Tracy Chapman or like...
Oh my God,
and
what
also,
a random name to pull out.
I had really great alternative bands, and that was where my jam was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved
I
loved Korn, I loved Orgy, I loved Smashing Pumpkins,
Marilyn Manson,
loved
Nine Inch
Marilyn
Nails.
Manson, loved Nine Inch Nails, bitch. And you know, now when I look at a lot of the pop music from the '90s, there's a nostalgia factor that goes
But it's
into
not
it.
even not. It's like it's not bad. But
No.
when you're in it and you hear it all the time, you're just like,
Especially then, because people got to remember, if you're younger and you're watching this, there was no internet. There was
It was
no
there.
cell
It was
phones.
just it was really.
It came
like,
about, and if someone was on the phone, God help you, you couldn't get on the internet. And if you were on the internet, you
They
couldn't use
kicked
your
you
phone.
off.
Yeah, like
It was
music
literally
was on the
MTV
radio.
and the radio, and that's it. And there's like the box, BET,
Yeah.
and MTV, and VH1, but no one watched VH1 until like the early 2000s because it was like not for.
Yeah, and tapes and cassette tapes transitioned into CDs.
My first album I ever owned was on cassette, and it was No Doubt Tragic Kingdom and the Mortal Kombat soundtrack, and I bought them in Oregon at the mall.
The
That
what
year.
soundtrack? Say that again.
Dun, 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 dun,
If I try to make them dance, but I don't.
There's kind of one. Oh, fuck.
Let it out,
Fuck
girl.
you. Try and tell. West
Listen,
Portland's
it's
the coolest
okay. I put
motherfucker.
on little cowboy boots and a skirt when I was a kid. I don't know what I was doing.
I think I
Being
know.
fabulous.
Transitioned into. It went from Technicolor, the leftover from the 80s, and then the mid-90s was like very grunge and alternative and Don't Sell Out, although all those people now work for like Amazon and Microsoft, so they all sold out. And the late 90s was very much like a revival of the pop band, the Y2K scare, which everyone thought we were gonna die. even
know,
though
it was so
been
funny.
It had been the year 2000 in like Australia for like 7 hours, and everyone's like, it's gonna blow up!
God help you if you're in an elevator.
They will drop.
Do you remember that?
MTV Countdown, and then it was 2000, I was like, weird. I just transitioned out of a decade.
Yeah. But for me, I was like, okay, and went to bed.
And it wasn't that bad. And then 9/11 happened. But going backwards into the 90s,
Yeah.
I miss a lot of the 90s now. It was like a lot of socializing. You had to be out to meet friends at the mall. You used your phones, but you were like, hey, we'll meet at
Yeah.
this place at this time, be there.
And it's also, people have to understand that was the last decade before technology really took over and dictated how we live our lives.
And how we socialize.
Right. If I had known the 90s were going to be kind of the last gasp of going out and playing on the
You would have taken
weekend
it
and
more.
with your toys and things that defined our generation and made you a person of substance and character were favorite books, favorite movies, favorite musicians or bands.
Someone had like a friend in the group who had like the coolest house to hang out at. Because
Yeah.
either the parents were always at work or they had the best snacks.
Your local record shop, and if you couldn't find a CD when they were brand new, or cassette tape or vinyl, they couldn't find it and it was out of print, you were just screwed.
And then now it's like you can literally have anything you want.
But I also think it's because we grew up in small towns. When you
That's
grow up in
true.
a small town, you have to seek that shit out, and what that does is make you appreciate it when you have it.
The video stores I went to as a child that I rented all the movies, I bought them all when they went out of business. I went in and I got all the movies I rented as a kid. And now I have all my little stickers and it's nostalgia. I pull it out and I go, oh, bonus video. So the 90s, looking back on them, I miss them a lot. There's a lot of people not around anymore. Also, another big factor in nostalgia is like I didn't have to pay any f***ing bills in them. Better
100.
than Beyonce and Little Kim,
A lot of people.
Missy Elliott and Lisa Left Eye.
Oh God, I love Missy Elliott. You're talking my language.
90s were a really interesting time. It was just like, you really had to search out your groups and what you're into and just hold on to that because that's really all you had.
And then now.
You're all I have.
Good luck.